కూడా ఇంప్లిమెంట్ అవుతుంది.
అదే ఇంప్లిమెంట్ అవుతుంది. అది యాక్ట్ అప్రెంటిస్ రూల్స్ చూడండి మాస్టర్. మాస్టర్ యాక్ట్ అప్రెంటిస్ రూల్స్ చూడండి. మీకు ఆల్రెడీ యాక్ట్ అప్రెంటిస్ రూల్స్ చెప్తున్నట్టున్నారు కదా సిపిఎన్ సార్, పనింద్ర సార్. దాంట్లో చూడండి మాస్టర్. అడగండి. Hello. So now I am going to start about. Master, please unmute. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. I am getting disturbance. Please mute yourself. I am getting disturbance. Right. Next, pass rules. Railway servants pass rules 1986 and 1993. So pass rules were published in Gazette magazine 2 times. Once in 1986 and another one with revised rules 1993. So two types of pass rules are available. So latest is 1993. So you can search in Railway Board website. Next, first of all, before going to discuss about pass, we have to know who is railway servant. So any person under the administrative control of railways is considered as railway servant. Any person under administrative control of Ministry of Railways. That means their postings and their service and their privileges and the retirement benefits, all these privileges look after by Ministry of Railways only. So those are considered as railway servants. So who are working as contract job, who are working as labor for railways, even though they are working for railways, but they are not under the administrative control of Ministry of Railways. That's why they are not considered as railway servants, even though they are working for railways. So who are under the control, administrative control of Ministry of Railways, they are only considered as railway servant. Next, we have to know family. What is family? So employee, either male or female, employee or both. Sometimes employee and spouse both are working for railways. In such cases, both are also considered as railway servants, and they can get passes in their individual account. So both are eligible for pass for their individual account. Clear? Next, so employee, legal spouse, and how many legal spouse are there? All are eligible in pass. So sons and daughters. Sons up to age 21 years. Son up to age 21 years. After 21 years, with some conditions. What are the conditions? If his studies are not completed, again he is further in studies after 21 years also. For that, if you submit recognized education institute bona fide certificate, by submitting that one, you can include the son after 21 years also. Next, any invalid son is there, without any age limit, you can add in your pass. Invalid means physically challenged or mentally retarded, like that. So you can add in your pass without any age limit. Next, daughters up to marriage. So for daughters, no age limit before marriage. Up to marriage, you can add in your pass as family member. And after marriage, with some conditions. What are the conditions? After marriage, if you want to add daughter in your pass, she must be as either divorcee or widow. Divorcee or widow. In both the cases, you can add daughter as family member after marriage. So before marriage, without age limit, you can add daughter as family member. That means spouse, legal children, son up to 21. After 21, still you must be in studies. You have to submit bona fide certificate. And daughter up to marriage. And after marriage, if you want to add, she must be either widow or divorcee. In both the cases, you can add daughter and son and spouse in your pass as family member. Next, dependent. In pass, you can add not only family members, dependent also. So for dependent, how they classified, how they defined dependent? Any blood relation to employee. Any blood relation to employee or spouse. That means employee, brothers and sisters, and widow mother, and spouse, either brothers and sisters, widow mother, if whose father is not alive, that is the must condition. If I want my brothers and sisters and mother, and if my spouse has to want brothers or sisters or widow brothers and sisters, in such cases, if father is not alive, then only they can add as dependent. Next, mother, including divorcee mother also. In case of divorcee mother, even though father is alive, even though father is alive, legally documentation is there, then you can add divorcee mother also as a dependent. Next, unmarried sister. So like that, as like that of daughter. So what are the rules are applicable for daughter? The same rules are applicable for sister also. Next, brother. What are the rules are applicable for son? The same rules are applicable for brother also. In both the cases, 21 years, below 21 years you can add. After 21 years, bona fide certificate is required. Same rule like invalid brother. So no age limit, you can add as dependent. Next, legally divorced sister and widow sister also you can add as dependent. And one more, so many persons are asking doubt in this case. Please listen. The sixth point. If any woman got job in CG grounds, if any woman got job after after the death of his her spouse, if she got job in CG grounds, in such cases, mother-in-law, the mother-in-law of the died employee, can be added as dependent in that woman employee who got job in compensation grounds. So mother-in-law can be added in widow who got job in CG grounds. Please listen carefully this point. Sixth one. Okay. Next, these are the dependent candidates, but you cannot add all the dependents. For that there is a rule. I will explain in next slide. Next, attendant. So who are in 42 grade pay and above, you can add one attendant facility also. In this case, so many doubts are arised, so I will give clarification. So who is attendant? A person exclusively employed on salary, in the personal service of the railway servant. So we have to give monthly salary to him. For that, we have to show proper evidence, and that attendant should not be less than 15 years age. If these two cases are satisfied, you can add one attendant in your pass. Attendant facility is quietly extra privilege. So who are in 42 grade pay and above, they can add attendant facility in their passes. Okay. Next, these are the two conditions. He must be salaried, so exclusively service, personal service of the railway servant, and he must be above 15 years age. If these two cases satisfies, you can add any person in attendant, irrespective of male or female, aged or young, whatever it may be. But age must be more than 15 years. Next, pass. What is the definition of pass? So pass is an authority and privilege given by Ministry of Railways or any railway administration to a person, authorizing him or her to travel by train gratuitously. Gratuitously means with free of cost. Gratuitously means with free of cost. So pass is an authority given by Ministry of Railways or any railway administration to a person, authorizing him or her to travel by train. That too only Indian trains, Indian railways, gratuitously. The class in which he is entitled. That is the definition for pass. Next, definition for PTO. What is PTO? PTO means privileged ticket order. It is an authority issued in favor of a railway servant which may be exchanged for a rail ticket. So for PTO, we have to exchange at the counter for rail ticket on payment of 1/3 of normal fare. 1/3 of normal fare means you need not to pay the reservation charges, only the basic fare, normal fare. For that, you have to pay 1/3 payment to obtain a reservation ticket. So it can be exchanged for a rail ticket on payment of 1/3 of the normal fare, PTO. Next, family declaration. Every year in 1st January, you have to give your family declaration. So which is your latest family declaration you have given, that will only be considered. So every year in 1st January, you have to give family declaration. And whenever, not only at the 1st January, whenever additions and deletions occurred, in such cases, irrespective of January month, you have to give family declaration. Whenever additions or deletions occur required, so in such case, immediately you have to give family declaration, even though it is not January. Okay, clear. Next, latest family declaration only considered as to issue passes. Next, passes may be issued in the form of card pass, check pass, metal token, and recently electronic format passes are also approved. which are issuing in different stations in emergency purpose or whatever it may be. So electronic format issue passes are also agreed, approved to utilize for journey purpose. So passes may be issued in the different forms. Card pass. What is card pass? Card pass means by using that card pass, in that card pass they will mention specific period. Specific period they will mention it. They means 15 days or 1 month or 45 days. They will mention the specific period and specific route also. That means which route he can travel by using that pass. So by mentioning the route and days, you can travel number of times to and fro journey with proper acceptable reason. With proper acceptable reason. Acceptable reason. So you can travel number of times outward and return journeys. That type of card is called card pass. Next, check pass means what we are using generally. That is called check pass. Check pass is utilized only for outward and return purpose only one time. So one outward and one return purpose, that is utilized for that purpose. That pass is called check pass. So card pass you can utilize several times in specified period and specified route, but check pass only one time, one outward and one return journey. That is called check pass. And metal tokens. These are issued to the Group A, Group B officers for on-duty purpose. That is called metal tokens. And electronic format are already told. Now in after 7th Pay Commission, they are introducing passes in electronic format. In future, you need not to apply passes on paper. So everything will be in mobile or net. So online application, online issue of passes will be start very shortly. Already trials are going on. So very shortly it will be implemented, online application and online issuing of passes. Next, electronic format is also eligible and approved. Next, passes are available in 4 colors. So white color pass is issued for Group A, Group B officers. That pass is called first class A. First class A pass will be issued for Group A, Group B officers. That should be in white color. Next, for supervisors. Means who are level 6 and above grade. For them, they will issue green color pass. That is also called as first class pass. So observe the difference. For officers, that is first class A. For supervisors, that is first class pass. So A is not there. Only first class pass for supervisors. That should be in green color. Next, who are in level 5 in 7th Pay Commission, that pass is called second class A pass. That should be in yellow color. So yellow color. Actually, yellow color pass is proposed by Railway Board in 1999. But recently our zone started. But actually, so many zones they are issuing for the so many years from 99. But our zone started recently to issuing yellow passes for level 5 people. Okay, that is called second class A pass. Next, for level 4 and below. Means level 4, 3, 2 and 1. For those pink color pass should be issued. That pass is called only second class pass. A is not there. Only second class pass or sleeper class pass. So sleeper or second class both are same. So we have total 4 types of passes. First class A in white color, first class pass in green color, second class A in yellow color, and second class or sleeper class in pink color. We have 4 types of passes. Next, number of persons allowed in pass. So here listen carefully. So if you are not including any dependent, you can add attendant. Already I told attendant facility is quite extra privilege. So need not to club with family members and dependents. That is quite extra privilege. So don't bother about attendant. So excluding attendant, any number of persons available in family, irrespective of number, all are eligible in pass. What is the condition? If you are not adding any dependent in your pass. If you are adding any dependent in your pass, the pass issued number is restricted to 5 only, including employee, including self. So they won't give pass more than 5 persons. If you are adding any dependent, single dependent also, they will issue only 5. But how many dependents you can add? You can add maximum 2 dependents. That means If you are not adding dependent, total family will get pass without any number restriction. If you are adding one dependent in your pass, your family members can travel 4 members. If you are adding two dependents in your pass, you can travel, your family members eligible 3 only. So total 5 they will give if you are adding any dependent in your pass. So you can add maximum 2 dependents. Okay, that is the ceiling. Next, ceiling limit. In case of dependent, some ceiling limits are there. In case of dependent, especially in case of widow mother or divorcee mother, and in case of divorcee daughter, widow daughter, and divorcee sister, widow sister, in all these cases, some ceiling limit is there. Some ceiling limit is there. What is the ceiling limit? What is the ceiling limit? I will explain. Listen carefully here. So many persons asking doubt in case of ceiling limit. I will give clear explanation. After seventh pay commission, the ceiling limit, after seventh pay commission, the ceiling limit is like that: 15% basic pay of employee, 15% basic pay of employee, and 9,000 plus DR. DR means dearness relief for retirement employee, for family functions, for pensions they are called as, we are calling as DA, dearness allowance, but for them they are called, that is called as dearness relief. So 9,000 is the starting family pension, starting pension, that is the starting basic. So that's why this is the ceiling limit plus DR. So by combining this, how much 1 month they are getting, that is the ceiling limit. That is the ceiling limit. And R basic pay of employee, whichever is more, that is taken as ceiling limit. Whichever is more, that is taken as the ceiling limit. For example, I will explain. For example, one employee is getting 9,500 by adding DR. So 9,100 as pension, and employee basic pay, if you calculate 15%, if it comes 10,500, in both the cases, it is the ceiling limit. Basing on that, if their income is less than 10,500, you can add them as dependent. Or if the 15% basic pay is less than 9,500, that means that is 8,000 or something like that. Then which is more, this is more. So this is the ceiling limit. So on that basis, you can add as dependent. Clear?
Sir, excuse me. Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, for scholars and getting stipend, the same rule applicable.
I will explain. If any extra income is there, for example, you are adding as dependent. If any extra income is there, that is also considered. If it is more than this one, you cannot add as include. If it is less than this one, you can add as include. Next, unmarried daughter. Even though she is doing job, even though she is earning, you can add as family member. Unmarried daughter. Clear and okay? Right. Next, this is the ceiling limit for dependent in your pass. Next, validity. Listen carefully how they decide the pass validity. Now all types of passes, irrespective of type of pass, all types of pass, either PTO or full set or offset or privilege pass or whatever it may be, kit pass, retirement pass, settlement pass, whatever it may be, school pass, whatever it may be, all passes they set it for 5 months validity for the data from the date of issue. 5 months validity from the date of issue. Clear? Either full set or offset or PTO or whatever it may be. 5 months from the date of issue. How they set the validity of the pass? Advance reservation period plus 30 days plus 1 month. That is the pass validity limit. Advance reservation period plus 1 month. Now the advance reservation period is 4 months plus 1 month. We will get 5 months. That is in that way they will set the pass validity period. If the advance reservation period alters, automatically the pass validity period will be altered. Clear? Next, route. So here also so many doubts are arising. Listen carefully. In case of route, how they decide? Actually, what is the shortest route? What is the direct route? Shortest route is available. On that route only they will issue passes. In longer route also they will issue passes, but the distance between, for example, A to B, there are 2 routes are available. One is direct route and another is sub route. Another route is there, or 3 routes are there. For example, 3 routes are there. In these 3 routes, which is lower, which is the shortest and direct route, on that route only they will issue generally passes. Or otherwise, even though these routes are within the 15% distance. 15% distance, less than 15%. That means this route, for example, if this route is 300 kilometers, if this route is 320 kilometers, if you calculate the distance between these two routes, distance difference, how much? 20 kilometers. 20 kilometers is 20 kilometers. What is the percentage of distance? 300. 300. If you calculate 15%, you will get 45. 15% you will get 45. That means that 20 kilometers is less than 45. That means you can travel in both that routes, no problem. That means even though in the long route, if the long route is less than 15%, if the less than 15%, you can travel in any route. Okay. And one more point is also there. So many persons, they won't know. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. What is that rule? That letter is issued in March 2018. Clearly, March 2018. For clarification, March 2018. Note down the month and year. You can search in website. What is that? If any quickest route, I am telling, listen carefully. If any quickest route is available, if any quickest route is available, even though that is longer, that is more than 15% also, irrespective of length, distance. If it is quicker than your shortest route, your direct route. If it is quicker than your direct route, that on that route you can take reservation, you can make reservation. Listen carefully, I am telling once again. If any quickest route is available, even though it is a long route, when compared to your direct route, irrespective of distance difference, you can make reservation by that quick route. Immediately you will get doubt. Sir, how, even though it is a long route, how it will become as a quick route than direct route? That is your doubt. I will explain. Even though in that direct route, only passenger trains are available. Those trains are available with a 4 hours gap, 5 hours gap. In such cases, long route will become the quickest route. Why? Because in long route, maybe mails, extra trains may be available, and traveling journey also may be less. Even though distance is more, but traveling journey time is less. In such cases, that is considered as quickest route. You can make reservation in that route also. If it is quickest route, that means it takes less traveling time. Even though that is more in distance, you can make reservation in that route also, irrespective of distance difference. That letter has come and clarification has come in March 2018. That letter you can search in Railway Board website. Clearly. Next, break journeys. In case of break journeys, actually, so many persons, they are getting doubt. In case of break journeys, any restriction is there? In case of break journeys, no restriction is there. In case of number of break journeys, you can add, but those break journeys must be in your route available limit. Acceptable in a route, traveling route, journey route. Those break journeys must be fall in the route eligible to you only. So number of break journeys you can add in your pass. In the type of break journeys, there is no restriction. And one more point is also there. You can add one unplanned break journey also. One unplanned break journey means which was not mentioned in your pass earlier, but at the time of journey you have to get down in emergency purpose. In such cases, you have to take endorsement by either TC or station master. By taking endorsement on the pass, by giving written representation, you can add one extra break journey in your pass, which was not mentioned earlier in that pass. You can add one unplanned break journey also by the endorsement of either TC or station master. Okay, you can add one unplanned break journey. So, respective of break journeys, there is no limit. Next, luggage. There is a limit for luggage. You cannot carry as per your wish. You cannot carry. There is a limit for Group A, Group B officers. 140 kg per person, and Group C employees 70 kg per person, and Group D employees 40 kg per person. You can carry luggage along with you. If the luggage limit exceeds that limit, you have to pay luggage charges extra in parcel office or in parcel office or at the time of ticket booking. So luggage charges you have to pay if the limit exceeds. Next, loss. If you lose passes or PTOs or metal tokens or duty passes, privilege passes, card passes, school passes, post-retirement, whatever it may be, there is a fine for that issue. So I will explain some examples. In case of card pass, if you lose card pass, in case of first A and first class A pass, first class A, you have to pay 35 rupees as fine. 35 rupees as fine. And in second class and second class A, in both the cases, they have to pay 12.5 rupees, 12 rupees 50 paisa as a penalty. In case of check pass, we have to pay 10 rupees as fine, and for first class and first class A passes, and for second class A and sleeper classes, they have to pay 5 rupees. The same rule is applicable for check passes, all the check passes, in case privilege passes. Next, in case of school pass and RC pass, in case of school pass and RC pass, 25 rupees fine for first class A and first class passes, and 10 rupees fine for second class A and sleeper passes. Okay, the same penalty is applicable. You have, when you are traveling in the either PTO or privilege pass application, and backside date of commencement of journey column is there in the application form, in the pass, not in application form, in the pass, either privilege or PTO, you have to fill up that form. If you are not fill up that date of commencement of journey, that column, if you are not fill upping, you have to pay fine. That is 25 rupees for first class A and first class pass, and 10 rupees for the second class and sleeper class. The same rule for post-retirement complementary pass also. In case of post-retirement complementary passes, first class CA and first class pass, if you lose, you have to pay 10 rupees fine, and in the second class CA and second class passes, you have to pay 5 rupees fine. Like that, if you lose pass, you have to pay fine, and you have to immediately give complaint in your pass section, and GRP station, government railway police station, which is available in railway stations, immediately have to give confirmation, and the same complaint letter you have to submit in your pass issuing section authority. Why? Because any misuse, any unauthorized person is traveling with your pass or PTO or whatever it may be, any misuse is there. For that, the punishment is very severe punishment. Immediately removed from duty or dismissal from duty, or the least punishment is downgraded to lower post. That is the least punishment. And after that, only removed from service, dismissal from service. These are the penalties available when any unauthorized person is using your pass. So in this case, you have to must aware, whenever you identify, you have to immediately give complaint in your GRP station and your pass issuing section. Next, you have a facility. You can utilize the year-ending passes. Year-ending passes means what are the passes left unused in your calendar year. So passes also counted for calendar year. That means for 1st January to December 31st. So what are the passes left in your current year? The same passes, either privileged passes or PTOs, you can utilize in next year also. How can you utilize? If you want to utilize, you have to utilize on or before December 31st. That means one day they will left from that pass validity period. That means we on or before 30th May. Actually 31st month is there, but one day they will deduct on behalf of 31st December account. That means up to 30th May, you can utilize the year-ending what are the passes or PTOs left in previous year account. Those passes validity period they will give up to 30th May only. Next, there is a facility for advanced passes also. Advanced passes means you have utilized the 4 PTO sets and 3 privilege sets passes in this current year. But there is a requirement of one more set, but they are not available in your present year account. Even though you can take advance pass in next year account, but that advance pass will be issued only on 1st September onwards. Only for reservation purpose. Clearly, I am telling, it will be issued. Advance pass will be issued only after 1st September, and you have to travel only on next year account. That means only for advanced reservation purpose only they are issuing, but you have to travel, you can make journey only 1st January after. So journey must be on next year, but you can make advance reservation by taking this year also. It will be issued on 1st September onwards. Only one set, either privilege or PTO. Only one set will be issued in advance account. Clear? Next, cancellation of passes. Cancellation. In this also, last year I have read one letter which is issued by Railway Board. In case of cancellation, listen carefully. In case of PTOs, no cancellation is eligible. No cancellation is eligible. Only one time alteration. You can alter the ticket only one time, either date or train or time or whatever it may be. One time alteration only is allowed. One time alteration is only allowed in case of PTO. Cancellation is not allowed. But in case of privilege passes, recently letter came. In case of privilege, actually previously only 2 times cancel. You can cancel 3rd time. If you made reservation, it will be lapsed, whether travel or not. But recently one letter has came in 2018. I have read in website. In case of privilege passes, there is no limit for cancellation, but it should be cancelled before chart preparation. So before chart preparation, no limit for cancellations. But once a chart prepared, that validity is over. You may travel or not. But in a year, one time is eligible. One time is eligible after chart preparation. If there is a requirement to cancellation after chart preparation, only once in a year it is allowed with conditions. What are the conditions? Minimum JAG grade officer from commercial department. Minimum JAG grade officer from commercial department. He must endorse on that pass after chart preparation. Then only you can travel by using the same pass. That is only one time allowed in a year. Clear? So before chart preparation, irrespective of number of times, you can cancel before chart preparation. Clear now? Next, in 7th pay commission or before 7th, I think before 7th pay commission, this facility is there. AILTC, All India Leave Travel Concession. All India Leave Travel Concession. One facility was introduced for railway employees. All India Leave Travel Concession. So many employees they are not aware with these rules. That's why I will explain. This facility we can utilize once in 4 years. Once in 4 years. Listen carefully. There are some conditions. This facility we can avail once in 4 years. That 4 years also period set by Railway Board only itself. 1st January 2018 to 31st December 2021. This is 1 4 years span. In this 4 years span, you can avail this facility one time. Only one time. What is the condition? You have to surrender total. What are the privileges passes you are eligible for 1 calendar year? 1 calendar year, not all the 4 years, only 1 calendar year. What are the privilege passes, number of passes you are eligible for 1 calendar year? You have to surrender all the sets. All the sets. Only privilege passes, not PTOs. I am clearly telling. Only privilege passes. All the sets you have to surrender. Then for that there is application separate pro forma is there. Annexer forms are there. For application and pass issuing authority, have to use 3 types of annexers to issuing applicable eligible to issue eligibility for AILTC. There are some separate pro forma. If you fill up, if the pass issuing authority certifies and if they give certification, then only giving certification whether he is eligible or not. That is looked after by pass issuing authority. Once they issued the letter eligibility or not, after that the responsibility comes to a personal section and finance section, and they will give they will issue the memorandum and everything. Which type we can apply? You can take advance, but once you take advance, immediately after completion of journey, you have to submit proper evidence whether you made journey or not. You have to give proper evidence, but that means you can take advance also. And reimbursement, that means after completion of journey, by submitting those tickets you can ask reimbursement. And travel entitlements, you can ask travel entitlements facility also. Travel entitlements means that should be arranged by railways by paying ticket fare. So that means travel entitlement. So all these types of facilities, either advance, either reimbursement or traveling entitlement, all these facilities you can utilize. You can utilize. For that you have to submit proper evidence whether you made journey or not. Okay, you must made journey. Okay, by providing that only you can make a reimbursement. Okay, if you take advance, after that you have to submit that evidence, proper evidence. Here actually first for supervisors they have given flight journey also, but but again one letter came in 2017, they removed that point. Now our supervisors are not eligible for flight fare. They have to travel only in roadway only, or a train, whatever it may be, only in India, not for foreign tours, only within India, all over India. You can travel by any manner on road. You can claim reimbursement or you can take advance also. Okay, flight journey is not eligible for supervisors. Initially they have given, but later they again they corrected it. So supervisors are not eligible for flight journey. So once in 4 years you can apply. For 1 year, in which year you are applying for this facility, for that year you have to surrender all the PTOs, all the not PTOs, all the privileges you have to submit. Then only you are eligible. Okay, that eligibility should be certified by pass issuing section. Okay, clear. Next, now come with kinds of passes. Previously I explained categories of passes. This is kinds
Sir,
of
excuse me,
passes.
sir.
Adagandi.
Excuse me, sir.
Adagandi.
Sir, for ALTC, how much emoluments you will get, sir?
మాస్టర్ నేను ఆల్రెడీ క్లియర్ చెప్పాను, మీరు ట్రావెల్ చేసి ఆ ట్రావెలింగ్ టికెట్ ఫెయిర్స్ పెట్టాలి.
Okay. Any limit is there, I'm asking?
Limit is not there, sir.
Okay, sir.
Limit is not there.
Sir,
మీరు
for entire year.
Master, already I told you, once in 4 years.
Yes, sir. Once in 4 years.
Once in 4 years I told already.
The particular year in which we.
Throughout India, from any to any place. Throughout India.
Throughout year.
Any class?
Throughout India, not year.
Yes, sir. Throughout India, throughout that year.
అరే ఎట్లండి, మీరు ఒకసారి కదా ట్రావెల్ చేసేది.
ఒకసారి చేస్తాను సార్, బట్ 1 ఇయర్ టోటల్ నేను పాసెస్ సబ్మిట్ చేస్తున్నా కాబట్టి ఎంటైర్ ఇయర్ నేను ట్రావెల్ ఎంబిల్మెంట్స్ తీసుకోవచ్చా?
ఎనీ మంత్ మీరు ట్రావెల్ చేయొచ్చు. ఎనీ మంత్ వన్స్ ఇన్ ఇయర్. ఎనీ మంత్ వన్స్ ఇయర్ యు కెన్ ట్రావెల్, బట్ యు హావ్ టు సబ్మిట్ ప్రాపర్ ఎవిడెన్స్. ఇంకోటి, మీరు ఆల్రెడీ ఒక సెట్ హాఫ్ సెట్ వాడేసారు ప్రీవియస్ పాస్.
చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే సార్, డౌట్ ఏంటంటే నా డౌట్ అది కాదు. నేను ఒక ఇయర్ కు నాకున్న 3 సెట్లు సబ్మిట్ చేసేసాను పాసెస్. నేను ఆ ఇయర్ లో తిరిగిన ఎన్ని సార్లు తిరిగినా ఆ ఇయర్ లో నాకు ఎంబిల్మెంట్స్ వస్తాయా?
ఎన్నిసార్లు తిరుగుతారండి? ఒకసారి నేను తిరిగి.
మరి ఒక్కసారి తిరగడానికి 3 పాసెస్ సబ్మిట్ చేయాలా సార్?
అదే నేను పెట్టిన మరి రూల్ అదే పెట్టారు. మరి నువ్వు పాసెస్ సబ్మిట్ చేస్తే
restriction is there, sir? Number of days and number of quantity of expenditure. Any restriction is there, sir?
రిస్ట్రిక్షన్ లేదండి. రిస్ట్రిక్షన్ ఏం లేదు. మీరు ఇండియాలో అడగండి
సార్. ఓన్లీ ట్రైన్ వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చా సార్? ఎన్ని వెహికల్ ఆల్సో ట్రావెలింగ్?
సార్ మనము 4 వీలర్ కూడా ఎలిజిబుల్ అండి, ఏసీ ఎలిజిబుల్ అండి. 4 వీలర్ ఏసీ ఆల్సో ఎలిజిబుల్. మీరు ట్రావెల్ చేసి ఇండియాలో ఒక ప్లేస్ నుంచి ఒక ప్లేస్ కి, ఇండియా నుంచి ఒక ప్లేస్ నుంచి ఒక ప్లేస్ కి ట్రావెల్ చేసి మీరు కనుక సబ్మిట్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు ఇస్తారు బిల్లు. ఇంకోటి, ట్రావెల్ చేసి ఇస్తారని చెప్పి మీరు ఇండియా మొత్తం 3 నెలలు 4 నెలలు తిరిగేసి వచ్చి, నేను ఇండియా మొత్తం 3 నెలలు 4 నెలలు తిరిగానండి, ఏంటిది సికింద్రాబాద్ నుంచి చెన్నై వెళ్ళాను, చెన్నై నుంచి ఢిల్లీ వెళ్ళాను, ఢిల్లీ నుంచి మళ్ళీ కోల్కతా వచ్చాను, కోల్కతా నుంచి మళ్ళీ వారణాసి వెళ్ళాను, ఇట్లా కాదండి. ఇట్లా కాదు, అర్థమైందండి? అట్లా ఎవరు
ట్రావెలింగ్ ఇస్తారా లేదంటే సార్ లాడ్జింగ్ ఇస్తారా సార్?
ఓన్లీ ట్రావెలింగ్, ఫేర్ ఏనండి. ఓన్లీ ట్రావెలింగ్ ఫేర్ ఓన్లీ దే విల్ ప్రొవైడ్, నాట్ TADA, నాట్ యువర్ మీల్స్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్, యువర్ లాడ్జ్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్, వాటర్ బాటిల్స్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ అండ్ ఎక్స్ట్రా బాటిల్స్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ దే వోంట్ గివ్ అండి. దే విల్ గివ్ ఓన్లీ ట్రావెలింగ్ ఫేర్ ఓన్లీ. క్లియర్ అండి?
క్లియర్ సార్, క్లియర్.
రైట్, ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ డ్యూటీ. నెక్స్ట్ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ పాసెస్. We have 7 kinds of passes. First of all, note down those passes. Next I will take one by one. We have 7 kinds of passes: duty pass, privilege pass, school pass, post retirement complimentary pass, widow pass, residential card pass, and special passes. So we have 7 types of passes. Now I will explain one by one. Duty pass. Duty pass means for duty purpose, if administration is sending the employee from one place to another place, in that cases, they will issue duty pass. Again, duty passes are 3 types. For Group A, Group B officers, in case of duty journey, they will issue metal tokens, not passes. They will issue metal tokens in case of Group A, Group B officers. Okay. For Group A officers, again, 3 types of metal tokens are there. For GM, equal GM and above rank, they will issue gold metal token. And HOD and PHOD, who are in SAG, non-functional SAG, who are HAG and non-functional HAG, in both the categories, they will issue silver passes, silver token. And below that rank, below SAG rank, below that rank, all the officers are eligible for bronze pass, bronze metal token only for duty purpose. In case of other than non-gazetted staff, there are 2 types of passes, duty passes. One is card pass and another one is check pass. Card pass I already explained. They will give specific period and specific route. In that period, they can travel number of times, like loco inspectors and material chasers. Some posts are there, some categories are there. For that nature of job, they have to travel number of times between stations. For them, they will issue card pass. Next, now all we are taking, those are check passes. Next, how many duty passes conditions? I will explain. I will show one table. In that table, complete information is available. I will show the table. Next, in case of privilege passes, again I will show one table. In that table, total all rules are covered regarding privilege passes. Next, post-retirement complementary pass. For these three, post-retirement complementary pass and privilege pass, and for all these 3, I will show one table. In that table, complete information is available. Please observe the table. What are the points? Duty pass, privilege pass, and post-retirement complementary pass. These 3, to cover these 3 topics, I will show one slide. Sir, please observe this table. Please observe this table. What is the heading is there? What is the heading? Duty pass. Entitlement of duty pass. This letter was issued in 31st January 2019. 31st January 2019. So entitlement of duty pass. So in this table, how we have to verify? I will take one example. For example, serial number 11 you observe. Serial number 11 you observe. Serial number 11. See here. Serial number 11 you observe. We belong to level 6 and above supervisors. For us,
sir, no screen, sir. No screen, sir.
No screen. Hey, it is coming, Andy. Screen is coming.
Sir.
Right. This is a problem in your system only. Please observe.
Screen okay, sir. Okay. Screen no problem.
Right.
No problem.
So first class pass, we are eligible. We are eligible for first class pass. Master, listen. See here. Observe the table. We are not eligible for first AC. In mail and express trains, we are not eligible in first AC. Next, second AC we are eligible, but only one person, employee only. In case of duty pass, only employee only eligible in second AC. And third AC also we are eligible. And sleeper and second seating also we are eligible in for duty purpose, only one person. Next, in case of Rajdhani, Duranto, Shatabdi, type trains. Type train means all the special trains. Rajdhani, Duranto, Gatiman, Vande Bharat. What are the trains are available? What are the special trains? Shatabdi, Duranto, all special trains are which are especially arranged in summer vacations, and summer vacations or any Pongal vacations or whatever it may be. The trains started with 0 number. All are considered as special trains. Rajdhani, Duranto like trains, like type trains. For them, first AC we are not eligible. Second AC we are not eligible. Third AC we are eligible, but only one berth. We are eligible in one berth. Sleeper only one, and second seating only one. And Shatabdi trains, no berths are available. Only chair cars, executive chair car and normal chair car are available. We are not eligible for executive chair car. We are eligible only chair car, that too only what? One chair. Like that, you have to verify which level you belong, in that concern, you have to search in this table. Next, one more point. This is regarding only duty pass. Like that, you can search level 4, level 5, level 2, level 1, all including officers also. All you can search how many berths they are available, how many seats they are available, which class they are eligible. Every information is available in this table. Okay, I will give soft copy after my completion of my class. Okay, Sri Krishna sir will kept in RC WhatsApp. Clear na? So don't worry about this table. Next another more regarding what is this? Duty. Next. Next one.
Privilege. On duty passes.
Privilege pass. I will show. Privilege passes. I will show. 1 minute.
సార్ ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ మీ సార్.
చెప్పండి, అడగండి మాస్టర్.
సార్ ఏం లేదండి, ఉమాశంకర్ అండి, విజయవాడ. సార్ ఈ స్పెషల్ ఫేర్ ట్రైన్స్ అని కొన్ని ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ చేశారు కదా సార్.
అవునండి, వాటిలో మనం ఎలిజిబుల్ అండి. బట్ చూసారు కదా మీరు ఎన్ని ఎలిజిబుల్?
ప్రివిలేజ్ పాస్.
అది కూడా ఎలిజిబుల్, అది చెప్తున్నానండి. నెక్స్ట్ చూడండి, హెడ్డింగ్ మాస్టర్, హెడ్డింగ్ చూడండి. సేమ్ లెటర్ ఇంకో పేజ్ అనమాట. ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్, ట్రావెల్ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్ అలా ప్రివిలేజ్ అండ్ పోస్ట్ రిటైర్మెంట్ కాంప్లిమెంటరీ పాస్. సో 2 topics will be covered. Post retirement and complimentary pass and privilege pass. So see here, like that all the classes you can check. I will take one example. We belong to serial number 2, serial number 12, level 6 and above, see here. For officer
sir, hindi table వచ్చింది సార్.
ఏంటండి?
ఓకే సార్,
వచ్చింది.
అంటే ఫస్ట్
correct. One measure officers ki for the day joining, they are eligible for 6 sets in a year. Privilege passes. But super for non-gazetted, not like that. Up to 5 years only one set of pass. After completion of 5 years, 3 sets. For officers, for the day starting onwards, they are eligible for 6 sets. But for us, for non-gazetted, first up to 5 years only 1 set. After 5 years, 3 sets only. But in case of training period, self only. Next, which class we are eligible? I will take level 6 and above. See here, in privilege account, we are eligible for first class pass, first A class also, first AC. We are eligible for first AC also in privilege account. But what is the condition? RE5. So what is RE5? RE5 you have to check in the table bottom. RE5. Berths for AEM. AEM means all eligible member. Berths for AEM on payment of full difference of fare between this class. That means first AC. And the next lower class is respective time. Next lower class. That means we have to pay the pay difference between first AC and the next lower class in the train. By paying the pay difference, you can make reservation in first class AC also in privilege account. This is introduced in 7th pay commission, but previous we are not eligible for first AC, but this facility is provided in after 7th pay. By paying the charge difference, you can travel in first AC also. Next, second AC we are eligible. AEM means all eligible members. So what are the family declaration you are giving on that basis? Dependents all are eligible. You can travel in second AC also. Next, in third AC also all are eligible. And sleeper and sitting two seaters, sitting 2S are also in that also all are eligible. Okay. Next, in special trains like Duranto, Rajdhani, Shatabdi, Gatiman, Vande Bharat, like all summer trains, all special trains. See what is the condition? Level 6 and above. In the special trains, first AC we are not eligible. Second AC only one person eligible. So not total family, not all dependents. Only one person eligible in. Second AC in special trains. Master, listen carefully and observe carefully. Next, థర్డ్ ఏసీ అడగండి.
ఈ తేజస్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్, హంసఫర్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ ఎలిజిబుల్ సార్?
ఎలిజిబులేనండి. ఆల్ స్పెషల్ ట్రైన్స్ ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్. పేర్లన్నీ మెన్షన్ చేయడం కుదరదని రైల్వే బోర్డు వాడు కూడా ఏం చేశాడంటే టైప్ ట్రైన్స్, టైప్ అనే ఒక వర్డ్ యాడ్ చేశాడు. మాస్టర్ అర్థమవుతుందా? ఇక్కడ అన్ని ట్రైన్స్ పేర్లు రాయలేరు కదా, కాలంలో రాయడం కుదరదని ఆల్ స్పెషల్ ట్రైన్స్ టైప్ ట్రైన్స్ అని పెట్టాడు అనమాట. అది కూడా వాడేచ్చాడు. ఐఎమ్ యాడింగ్ టైప్ వర్డ్ బై కవరింగ్ ఆల్ ట్రైన్స్ అని చెప్పి వాడే యాడ్ చేశాడండి. ఓకేనండి. నెక్స్ట్ థర్డ్ ఏసీ 2 అండి. 2 berths we can travel in special trains, only 2, not all family members and dependents, only 2 persons. Next sleeper class we can travel all eligible members in special trains. I am telling you about special trains. Special sleeper classes all eligible members, and seating, second seating all eligible members, and Shatabdi, that means chair car and executive chair car. We are not eligible for executive chair car, we are eligible only chair car, that too only 2 persons. So third AC 2 persons, chair car 2 persons, second AC only 1 person. This belong to special trains only. This belong to special trains only. క్లియర్ అండి? ఇట్లా మనం అన్ని లెవెల్స్ వెరిఫై చేసుకోవచ్చు. నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక పాయింట్ కూడా ఉంది, పోస్ట్ రిటైర్మెంట్ కాంప్లిమెంటరీ పాసెస్. ప్రీవియస్గా ఇవి రకరకాలుగా ఉండేది, ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ కట్గా ఒకటే పాయింట్ ఇచ్చేసాడు. ఏంటంటే అది హూ కంప్లీటెడ్ మినిమం 20 years సర్వీస్ ఇంక్లూడింగ్ దే ట్రైనింగ్ పీరియడ్. హూ కంప్లీటెడ్ మినిమం 20 years సర్వీస్, దే ఆర్ ఎలిజిబుల్ ఫర్ పోస్ట్ రిటైర్మెంట్ కాంప్లిమెంటరీ పాసెస్. సో ఒక ఎంప్లాయీకి పోస్ట్ రిటైర్మెంట్ కాంప్లిమెంటరీ పాసెస్ రావాలంటే 20 years సర్వీస్ మస్ట్ కంప్లీట్ చేయాలి. అలా కంప్లీట్ చేస్తే గ్రూప్ ఏ, గ్రూప్ బి ఆఫీసర్స్కి 3 sets ఇస్తారు ఆఫ్టర్ రిటైర్మెంట్. తర్వాత గ్రూప్ సి ఎంప్లాయీస్ అండ్ గ్రూప్ డి ఎంప్లాయీస్, ఇంతకుముందు వీళ్ళకి 2 రకాలు ఉండేది, ఇప్పుడు ఒకటే ఇచ్చేసారండి సౌత్ వేలో. ఏంటంటే అది 2 sets గ్రూప్ డి అండ్ గ్రూప్ సి బోత్ 2 sets ఆఫ్టర్ రిటైర్మెంట్. దే ఆర్ ఎలిజిబుల్ ఫర్ ప్రివిలేజ్ పాసెస్. ఓన్లీ ప్రివిలేజ్ పాసెస్ దే విల్ ఇష్యూ. Now we cannot call it as privilege pass, we can call it as post retirement complementary pass. No PTOs are issued after retirement, and on retirement date, as on retirement date, which class you are eligible, the same class you can travel after retirement also. Group C, Group D employees 2 sets will get for every year, and Group AB officers 3 sets will get every year. Okay nandi? No PTOs will be issued after retirement. Okay nandi? తర్వాత in case of PTOs they are not mentioned in the table. అడగండి సార్, అడగండి.
స్మాల్ డౌట్
అడగండి
సార్. ఈ 20 years కంప్లీట్ అయిన తర్వాత ఓన్లీ ఇప్పుడు సర్వీస్ కంప్లీట్ టోటల్ గా గ్రూప్ సి అండ్ గ్రూప్ డి లో టోటల్ సర్వీస్ కంప్లీట్ చేసిన వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఓన్లీ 2 ఇస్తారండి?
అవునండి,
3 ఇస్తారు?
లేదు 2 అంతకుముందు 20 years కంప్లీట్ అయిన ఒక రకంగా, 25 ఒక రకంగా, ఆఫ్టర్ అబౌట్ 25 అట్లా రకరకాలుగా ఉండేది. ఇప్పుడు అన్ని తీసేశారు. నో, ఏం లేదు. 20 years దాటితే సర్వీస్ యూ ఆర్ ఎలిజిబుల్ ఫర్ పోస్ట్ రిటైర్మెంట్ కాంప్లిమెంటరీ పాస్, అండ్ 3 sets ఫర్ గ్రూప్ ఏ, గ్రూప్ బి ఆఫీసర్స్, 2 sets ఫర్ గ్రూప్ డి, గ్రూప్ డి ఎంప్లాయీస్, ఇద్దరికి 2 sets.
Irrespective
of service, but minimum service 20 years service.
Minimum service 20 years.
క్లియర్ అండి?
ఆఫ్టర్ 2006 సార్
మాస్టర్ 2006, 2020 ఇవన్నీ లేవండి. ఓకేనండి?
రిటైర్ అయినా సార్, హూ ఆర్ రిటైర్డ్ ఆఫ్టర్ 2006 దే ఆర్ ఎలిజిబుల్.
ఇప్పుడు అవన్నీ లేవండి మాస్టర్, నేను చెప్తున్నాను, అదే చెప్పేది మాస్టర్. ఇప్పుడు అవన్నీ లేవు, ఇప్పుడుంది 2 కానీ ఇప్పుడు వీటి ప్రకారం మీకు ఇస్తారు.
అదే సార్, రిటైర్
ఎప్పుడైనా రిటైర్ అవ్వండి మాస్టర్. మీకు మళ్ళీ మీరు మొట్టుకొచ్చారండి. మీరు ఎప్పుడు రిటైర్ అయినా
కంప్లీట్ అయితే చాలండి.
అది మీరు ఎప్పుడు రిటైర్ అయినా 20 years
అంటే ఇంత ముందు రిటైర్ అయిన వాళ్ళు
చెప్తున్నాను. దిస్ రూల్ ఈజ్ అప్లికబుల్.
హలో,
డేట్ వినండి, ఇదిగోండి.
20 years sir, less than 20 years sir,
less than 20 years ఇది రాడండి. అప్పుడు ఆల్టర్నేట్ ఇయర్ ఒక సెట్ ఇస్తారు, అది కూడా వీడియో ఫ్యామిలీ అకౌంట్ ఇస్తారు. మీకు ఎవరు ఎంప్లాయీకి ఎవరు? If employee is not completed 20 years service, he is not eligible for post retirement complementary pass. One set కూడా ఎవరు? ఒకవేళ 20 years సర్వీస్ కంప్లీట్ అవ్వకుండా ఎంప్లాయీ చనిపోతే ఈ సర్వీస్ లో స్పౌస్ కి అంటే వీడియో అకౌంట్ లో ఆల్టర్నేట్ ఇయర్ ఒక పాస్ ఇస్తారండి. అర్థమైందండి క్లియర్ గా? ఎంప్లాయీ కనుక 20 years ఏంటండి?
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
వెరీ గుడ్. రైట్ క్లియరా?
స్మాల్ డౌట్ సార్. స్మాల్ డౌట్ సార్. ఇప్పుడు లెవెల్ 7 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 4/6 గ్రేడ్ పే సార్.
మాస్టర్ లెవెల్ 7 లెవెల్ 8 అయ్యింది లేవు, ఇక్కడ క్లియర్ గా ఇచ్చానండి నేను. హూ ఆర్ లెవెల్ 6 అండ్ అబోవ్, బట్ షుడ్ బి నాన్ గెజిటెడ్.
ఇప్పుడు
షుడ్ బి నాన్ గెజిటెడ్.
4/6 తర్వాత ప్రమోట్. ఓకే
మాస్టర్ క్లియర్ గా అర్థమైందా? ఇప్పుడు నేను లెవెల్ 8 అండి, నేను లెవెల్ 8 నాకు ఇది వర్తిస్తుందని అడుగుతారు. మీరు ఎంతకు మీ డౌట్?
ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్ సార్.
బట్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ గెజిటెడ్ ఆఫీసర్.
అవును, ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్ సార్.
మరి మీరు నాన్ గెజిటెడ్ చూసుకోవాలి. అందుకని ఇక్కడ వాడు ఏమి ఇచ్చాడు? 6, 7, 8, 9 ఇవ్వాలా, లెవెల్ 6 అండ్ అబోవ్ అన్నాడు అంతే. లెవెల్ 6 అండ్ అబోవ్ దట్ అండ్ నాన్ గెజిటెడ్, అదే చూసుకోవాలి మీరు. అంతేగాని మీరు పైన లెవెల్ 8, లెవెల్ 9, లెవెల్ 10 చూసుకోకూడదు. దట్ లెవెల్ 8, లెవెల్ 9, లెవెల్ 10 దట్ ఫర్ గెజిటెడ్ ఆఫీసర్స్ ఓన్లీ, నాట్ ఫర్ నాన్ గెజిటెడ్
ఆఫీసర్స్.
క్లియర్ అండి?
ఓకే సార్, క్లియర్ సార్.
నెక్స్ట్ రిగార్డింగ్ PTOs, irrespective of Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, all must get only 4 sets in a calendar year. 4 sets in a calendar year. Clear andi? Next, this is over. So there is no need of this one. I am closing it. Okay, next, school passes. Measure next, school passes. In case of school passes, again there are 2 types of school passes are there. Measure, listen carefully. In case of school passes, again there are 2 types of school passes are there. One is school card pass and another one is school check pass. For school card pass, ఉండమని చెప్పు, ఎవరు వచ్చారా? ఉండమని చెప్పు, 10 minutes వస్తాను. For school card pass, it will be issued the children who are studying outstation and making daily service from residential place to school, who are making excuse me, who are making daily service from their residential place to school place, from daily service, for them they are issuing school card pass. Sir, for this, in this case there is a distance limit. Within 24 hours their traveling journey should not exceed, traveling journey means through and fro journey, should not exceed 500 kilometers in 24 hours. On that basis, on that criteria, they will issue school card passes. Next, school check pass. This is issued the children who are studying in outstation by residing hostels, for them they will issue school check pass. In this case, 6 times in a year, per child. I am telling, irrespective of number of children, I am clearly telling 6 single journey passes per year per child. 6 single journey passes per year per child they will issue, and guardian or one person is also allowed along with the children. If the children age, girl no age limit, boy up to 18 years, guardian is allowed. That means one person, either parent or any person nominated by employee, they are allowed to bring the child or to drop the child. Okay, and in return, for example, I will explain with an example. I am going to bring my child, so while going I will go alone. Return, I will come along with my child. So in such case, only one single journey is counted, not 2 single journeys. So if you are going alone, and or if you are coming single, after dropping your child, so they will count only offset. That means only one single journey that is counted. In that the railway board issued a clarification letter also. Only one single journey is counted. Okay, like that 6 times they will issue in throughout year. For that you have to give a bona fide certificate from recognized education institute. Still my children is studying in this current academic year. Like that you have to provide a bona fide certificate. By providing that certificate, you can ask school passes for children, check passes and card passes also. For check passes, 6 single journey passes along with guardian they will issue. For that 6 times you can take. Next, validity, how they calculate? As per your requirement. So by basing on how much time is required to go and to stay, how many days you stay, either 2 days or 3 days or 4 days, and when you get return, basing on that how many days you ask, by basing on your genuineness, they will decide the validity of the school check passes. For school card passes, no issue of validity, but throughout year they will issue by providing academic certificate, bona fide certificate from recognized institute. Clear na? Next, post-retirement already over. Next, widow passes. In case of widow passes, who become widow on or after 12th March 1987? Who become widow on or after 12th March 1987? They are eligible for widow passes. That means before that date, there is no facility of widow pass facilities. There was not there. So that facility is introduced 12th March 1987 by reducing two PTOs, two sets of PTOs. That means before that date, there are six sets of PTOs are there. So by reducing two PCO sets, this facility was introduced. Okay, so widow passes. So how many post-retirement complementary passes employee is eligible? How many post-retirement complementary passes employee is eligible? Half of the sets will be issued to widow account. Half of the sets. I will explain with two examples. Post-retirement complementary passes eligible for Group A, Group B officers are 3 sets. Clear? In that half means 1.5. But 1.5 is not possible. That's why they are issuing 2 sets per widow of Group A, Group B officers. Next, in case of Group C, Group D employees, we are eligible for 2 sets for post-retirement complementary account. 2 sets. So in that cases, half of the amount, that means 1 set. So widow of Group C, Group D employee will get only 1 set per calendar year in widow account. Clear now? Next, here some clarification is there. So if widow got job on CG grounds, if employee died in service, if widow got job in CG account, compassionation grounds, she will become as a regular employee. In such case, she is not eligible in both the types of passes. She has to choose one option. Once choose, it will not be altered in future. She has to choose either widow account or regular employee account. Automatically, they will opt regular employee account. And one more case, in case of either children or daughter or son got job in CG account, then she has 2 options. One, she can take a widow account pass, or she can add her name in a child or the daughter or son account as dependent by providing income certificate. So in such case also, once she opted, the later in future it will not be altered. So in this case, they have to select carefully. Why? Because once they opt in future, it will not be altered. So she can either take her widow account or she can add as dependent in their children account. Only one option will be taken. Next, residential card pass. In residential card pass means for the employees who are making journey by train from residential place to working place daily. By train from residential place to working place daily. For them, they will issue residential card pass. Again, here there are 2 clarifications required. Sir, how I want to make journey from Khammam to Secunderabad daily, whether they issue or not. For this also there is a distance restriction is there. 75 kilometers from one route. That means 150 kilometers from through and fro. By combining outward and return, 150 kilometers maximum. So through and fro journey 150 kilometers you can travel in a day. Exceed if 150 kilometers, they won't issue residential card pass. One more doubt, sir, we are availing residential card facility, whether we are eligible for transport allowance or not. Even though you are getting residential card pass, you are eligible for transport allowance. Why? Because the trail will not pick up from home and will not drop in your workplace. It will pick up from nearest railway station and it will drop nearest railway station only. That way you are eligible for transport allowance also. Okay, in that no doubt is there. Next, special passes. Except all these types, except the above all types, all the passes comes under special category account. So special category account. So I have given some slides for that. So please note down the cases. So special passes means you can take on sports account who are participating in sports on behalf of railways. And medical account means if by taking treatment at your hometown, if facilities are not available, they will automatically forward the case routes another station. So in that case, medical account you can take special pass. No need to take in privilege account or PTOs. They will issue special pass. If attendance is required for that attendant also, they will issue special pass in medical account. Next, on DR accounts. DR account means for attending inquiries as a delinquent employee or defense counsel, a defense helper or inquiry officer or whatever it may be. In all DR cases, they will issue special passes. And appearing for selections, that means if you are a panel selection or any interview or any examination is there, for all them no need to take your special own passes. They will issue special passes for that selection, appearing for selections. And court cases, for who are involving as clerks, for in the process of court cases which belong to railways, who are attending on behalf of railways, for that attending court cases, they will issue special passes. And union organizations, case Sangh and employee and other unions, recognized organizations, union and associations, for them to appear meetings, PNM, PRM, JCM and the like meetings, yearly meetings, half yearly meetings, quarterly meetings, for them they will issue special passes. And SBF, the members and barriers, committee members, and SBF and cooperative credit society members and barriers, they will issue special passes. And scouts and guides, NCC and NSS accounts, they will issue special passes. And to receive settlement dues after retirement, if your settlements are not finalized, one day they will inform you to collect the retirement settlements. For to collect them to dues, you can come with a special pass. No need to while your post retirement complementary pass, they will issue special pass on to receive settlement dues. And motor vehicle 4-wheeler, for motor vehicle 4-wheeler, only one time in service, either initial purchase or at the time of transfer or retirement, you can take a special pass on 4-wheeler account. And on first appointment, initial first appointment, they will issue special pass. So many persons, they don't know about this. Some pass section they are not issuing by paying. అడగండి మాస్టర్.
ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ మీ సార్. సార్ పవన్ కుమార్ కాజీపేట సార్. సార్ ఈ మోటార్ వెహికల్ పాస్ ఏంటి సార్? అర్థం కాలేదు. మోటార్ వెహికల్ పాస్ అంటే మీకు 4-wheeler ఉందనుకోండి మాస్టారు, 4-wheeler కార్ ఉందనుకోండి, ఆ కార్ ని మీరు ఒక ప్లేస్ నుంచి ఇంకో ప్లేస్ కి మూవ్ చేయాలి. ఎప్పుడెప్పుడు మూవ్ చేస్తారు? ఇనిషియల్ గా పర్చేజ్ చేసినప్పుడు, ఓకేనండి. లేదు మీరు రిటైర్మెంట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ వెళ్ళిపోయినప్పుడు. ఈ రెండు సందర్భాల్లో ఏదో ఒకసారి ఇస్తారు. వన్స్ ఇన్ సర్వీస్ ఓన్లీ వన్ టైం పాస్ ఇస్తారు. ఆ పాస్ తో మీరు ఆ 4-wheeler వెహికల్ ని గూడ్స్ ట్రైన్ లో తీసుకెళ్లొచ్చు. గూడ్స్ లో పంపించడానికి. ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్, థాంక్యూ. కోర్టు మీద వెళ్ళడానికి పాస్ ఎందుకండి? అవసరం లేదు కదా. కాదు, గూడ్స్ ట్రైన్ లో తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి పాస్ అన్నమాట. ఓకేనండి. నెక్స్ట్ ఫస్ట్ అపాయింట్మెంట్, తర్వాత సెటిల్మెంట్ పాస్. అంటే మీరు రిటైర్ అయిన తర్వాత మీ నేటివ్ ప్లేస్ కి వెళ్ళాలనుకున్నారు అనుకోండి, then on that account total family and dependent, they will issue settlement pass. Next NCC TA camps, who are attending for అడగండి సార్. డౌట్ అడగండి సార్.
దట్ 4-wheeler ఏదో మన అఫీషియల్ గా కొనుక్కోవాలి కదా సార్, విత్ పర్మిషన్.
అవునండి, మీ ఓన్దే మాస్టర్, మీ ఓన్దేనండి. మీ ఓన్, మీ పేరు మీద ఉండాలండి, మీ పేరు మీద ఉండాలి.
విత్ అడ్మిషన్ పర్మిషన్ ఓన్లీ సార్.
అడ్మిషన్ పర్మిషన్ అవసరం లేదండి, మీ పేరు మీద ఉన్న. ఏది మీరు అడిగే పాయింట్ నాకు అర్థం కాలేదండి. అంటే పర్మిషన్, కొనడానికి పర్మిషన్,
మూవబుల్ ప్రాపర్టీ అకౌంట్ లో మనం పర్మిషన్ తీసుకోవాలి కదా సార్.
దేనికండి? ట్రావెల్ చేయడానికా, కొనడానికా?
కాదు సార్, ఇనిషియల్ గా కార్ పర్చేజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ అప్రూవల్
కాదు, పర్చేజ్ చేయడానికి చెప్పట్లేదండి. కారు ట్రైన్ లో తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి చెప్తున్నాను నేను. కారు పర్చేజ్ చేయడానికి మీరు అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ అప్రూవల్ తీసుకోవాలి. అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ కి లెటర్ వినండి. చెప్పండి
సార్. చిన్న డౌట్ సార్, నాకు నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ రిటైర్మెంట్ సార్ నాది.
అడగండి.
ఇప్పుడు నేను విజయవాడలో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను సార్.
అడగండి.
అయితే నేను ఏలూరులో నా ప్రాపర్ ఆధార్ అడ్రస్, నా పర్మనెంట్ అడ్రస్ ఏలూరు.
ఓకే.
ఇప్పుడు నాకు రిటైర్మెంట్
అనుకుంటున్నారు?
నేను ఏలూరులోనే సెటిల్ అవ్వాలండి.
అవును, అడగండి, మీ డౌట్ ఏంటి చెప్పండి.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను లారీది ఓచర్స్ అవన్నీ పెట్టాలా, తీసుకోవాలండి? లేదంటే
అది సపరేట్ టాపిక్ అండి. అది ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ గ్రాంట్ అండి. అది ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ గ్రాంట్ ఉంటుంది, సపరేట్ టాపిక్ అది. అది లారీ ఓచర్స్ అన్ని పెట్టాలండి. ఓకేనా? అది తర్వాత డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం ఆ పాయింట్. క్లియరా? నెక్స్ట్ తర్వాత NCC TA camp cultural activities, who are participating in cultural activities on behalf of railways, for them they will issue special passes. And recreation camps, so the recreation camps అంటే అప్పుడప్పుడు ఈ స్టాఫ్ బెనిఫిట్ ఫండ్, తర్వాత రైల్వే ఆర్గనైజేషన్, రైల్వే అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ కి లేదా స్పౌస్ ఆఫ్ ఎంప్లాయీ కి, ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్స్ కి, చిల్డ్రన్స్ క్యాంప్స్ కి ఇట్లా కొన్ని అరేంజ్ చేస్తారండి రైల్వే అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్. అలాంటి సందర్భాల్లో దే విల్ ఇష్యూ స్పెషల్ పాస్. నో నీడ్ టు అవైల్ యువర్
ఓన్ పాస్. అర్థమైందండి? అది యాజ్ పర్ రూల్ దే హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ స్పెషల్ పాస్. బట్ ఇన్ జనరల్ ఇన్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఇది జరగట్లేదండి. ఎందుకు జరగట్లేదంటే రైల్వే అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ పాస్ ఇస్తానంటే అందరూ ఎగబడతారండి, అందరూ అప్లై చేస్తారు, అప్పుడు స్క్రూటినీ చేయడం ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది. అందుకని వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు అంటే దీన్ని రూల్ని కొద్దిగా డీవియేట్ చేసి యూ హ్యావ్ టు అవైల్ యువర్ ఓన్ పాస్ అంటున్నారు. అప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా 90% డ్రాప్ అయిపోతున్నారు, వాళ్ళకి ప్రాబ్లం ఈజీ అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. అందుకనే బట్ యాజ్ పర్ రూల్ ఏంటంటే స్పెషల్ పాస్ ఇష్యూ చేయాలి రిక్రియేషన్ క్యాంప్స్ ఏమన్నా అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ అరేంజ్ చేస్తే. ఓకేనండి. తర్వాత లాస్ట్ స్లైడ్, టు అటెండ్ కాన్ఫరెన్సెస్ అండ్ మీటింగ్స్ ఆన్ బిహాఫ్ ఆఫ్ రైల్వేస్ దే విల్ ఇష్యూ స్పెషల్ పాసెస్. తర్వాత బజార్ పాస్ ఒకటి ఇస్తారండి. ఎవరైతే రిమోట్ ప్లేసెస్లో డ్యూటీ పర్పస్ మీద ఉంటున్నారో వాళ్ళకి, హూ ఆర్ రెసైడింగ్ ఇన్ రిమోట్ ప్లేసెస్ విచ్ ప్రొవిజన్ స్టోర్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ అవైలబుల్, better facilities are not available, they are residing on duty purpose in remote locations. For them they will issue bazaar pass. HOD is the sanctioning authority. Once in month or twice in month, basing on the requirement and genuineness, they will issue bazaar pass to purchase provisions for monthly basis. Next, kit pass to travel your households at the time of transfer, either on promotion or administration transfer or at the time of retirement. They will issue kit pass to you to move your households in goods train. They will issue kit pass. This is also validity 5 months. Next, suspension. In suspension, if you want to attend any DR inquiry or whatever it may be, so they will issue special passes in suspension period. Next, quasi government means they are not fully regular employee account, but they are working for railways, but in partially rules are applicable. That is called quasi government, like who are working in cooperative credit society. The employees who are working in cooperative credit society committee members and bearers and working committee members, they are considered as some employees are from direct railways, employees are there, and many employees are from organizations, and they are not considered as regular railway employees. They are considered as quasi government employees. For them they will issue special passes to attend meetings. Next, once in career Manasa Sarovar Yatra. Once in career Manasa Sarovar Yatra, this facility was introduced in 2006. Once in career Manasa Sarovar Yatra, for that you can take one special pass. So how many days you can avail, that is also they will decide basing on where you are residing, how many days required, how many days you have to stay there. So basing on they will calculate the journey period, transit period, and traveling eligibility, and journey time, and residing period there. So total they will calculate and they will give as per their requirement. Because this is issued only once in career, like the Manasa Sarovar Yatra, not every year, only once in career. Next, physically PWD means persons with disability. So recently one letter has came, you should not mention the invalidity case or class. You have to mention only PWD in pass issuing application or pass PTOs or previous passes. You have to mention only PWD, persons with disability. Don't mention he is deaf, he is dumb, that he is don't mention like that. Only persons with disability you have to mention. So who are the persons with disability who are participating in skill development programs, which was organized by SBF, Staff Benefit Fund, who are attending for skill development programs, meetings, seminars, and workshops, seminars, meetings, and whatever it may be, to develop their skills. That program should be organized by SBF, Staff Benefit Fund. In such case, to attend those persons, they will issue special passes to attend for that programs. So the programs must be organized by FEF, and that program is related to skill development program. Who are the participants? Not all, only persons with disability. For them they will issue special passes. So these are the occasions to issue special passes. This is the topic regarding pass rules. Any doubts you can ask within 2 or 3 minutes. I will left for doubt clarification. You can ask, then after that I will take sign off. అడగండి
సార్. మానస సరోవర్ యాత్రకి ఏమైనా రిస్ట్రిక్షన్ నంబర్ ఆఫ్ all
family members eligible అండి, all family members eligible, but before that they will conduct health test అండి, health checkup and physical fitness test. మాస్టర్ మ్యూట్ చేయాలండి, మీరు మ్యూట్ చేస్తే డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. మీరు మ్యూట్ చేయండి మాస్టర్, ప్లీజ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యు మ్యూట్, then only you can listen. మాస్టర్ ఓకేనా? మాస్టర్ దానికి ముందు హెల్త్ చెకప్ ఒకటి చేస్తారండి. హెల్త్ చెకప్ ఫిజికల్ ఫిట్నెస్ చేస్తారు. సో ఆ హెల్త్ చెకప్ ఫిజికల్ ఫిట్నెస్ ఎవరైతే పాస్ అవుతారో వాళ్ళకి మాత్రమే మానస సరోవర్ యాత్రకి పాస్ ఇస్తారు, స్పెషల్ పాస్. ఎనీ డౌట్స్?
డౌట్ సార్. సార్ ఐఓడి మీద డౌట్ సార్.
అడగండి.
హలో సార్, ఇప్పుడు ఐఓడి హలో
అడగండి మాస్టర్.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఐఓడి పర్సన్ పేరెంట్ హెల్త్ యూనిట్ లోనే ఐఓడి చేసుకోవచ్చా, వాళ్ళ నియర్ బై రెసిడెన్స్ ఉన్న యూనిట్ ఐఓడి చేసుకోవచ్చా? ఇన్ కేస్
ఎనీ రైల్వే యూనిట్ అండి, విత్ ఇన్ ఇండియా ఎనీ రైల్వే యూనిట్ he can report.
నో అంటే ఏమీ లేవు
ఏంటండి? అర్థం కాల
సార్. ఇప్పుడు పేరెంట్ హెల్త్ యూనిట్ సార్ ఎక్కడైనా చేసుకోవచ్చు ఐఓడి?
ఎక్కడైనా చేసుకోవచ్చండి. పేరెంట్ హెల్త్ యూనిట్ అయినా చేయాలని లేదండి. బట్ దట్ షుడ్ బి అర్థమైందండి.
ఓకే సార్.
ఈ స్కూల్ చెక్ పాస్ 500 కిలోమీటర్స్ లో అని చెప్పారు మీరు.
స్కూల్ చెక్ పాస్ కి చెప్పలేదండి నేను. స్కూల్ చెక్ పాస్ కి చెప్పలా.
స్కూల్ కార్డ్ పాస్ అప్ టు 500 kilometers, whereas ఎంప్లాయీ ఆర్సీ పాస్ ఓన్లీ 150.
స్కూల్ చెక్ పాస్ కి లిమిట్ ఏం లేదండి. మీ అబ్బాయి ఢిల్లీలో చదివినా, ముంబైలో చదివినా, ఎక్కడ చదివినా ఇస్తారు.
అది ఉంటుంది. ఇది ఎంప్లాయీ ఆర్సీ పాస్ కి 150 kilometers అండి.
అవునండి 3 and 4 రెండు కలిపి, ఆన్ వర్డ్ రిటర్న్ రెండు కలిపి.
సార్ వన్ క్వశ్చన్.
అడగండి మాస్టర్, త్వరగా అడగండి. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ మాస్టర్ వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నారు.
సార్ ఏం లేదు, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏమంటారు WRI ఉంది కదా,
వర్క్ రిలేటెడ్ ఇల్నెస్ అండి. వర్క్ రిలేటెడ్ ఇల్నెస్ మాస్టర్.
సార్ డిస్టర్బెన్స్.
అందరూ అన్మ్యూట్ చేస్తే అలాగే ఉంటుందండి. అందరూ మ్యూట్ చేయండి. ఎవరైతే డౌట్ అడుగుతున్నారో వాళ్ళే అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి, అప్పుడు డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఉండదు. అడగండి.
ఎలిజిబిలిటీ
దేనికండి? అర్థం కాల.
పాస్ లో సర్వెంట్ ఎలిజిబిలిటీ.
ఎవరండి? అంత డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తుంది. ప్లీజ్ మీరు మ్యూట్ చేయండి. ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ మ్యూట్. ఓన్లీ ద పర్సన్ హూ ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ డౌట్. అడగండి మాస్టర్. హలో
పాస్ లో సర్వెంట్ కి ఎలిజిబిలిటీ
మాస్టర్ ఓన్లీ స్లీపర్ క్లాస్. అటెండెంట్ ఎలిజిబుల్ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ స్లీపర్ క్లాస్, నాట్ ఎంప్లాయీ సెటిల్మెంట్ క్లాస్, నాట్ ఇన్ ఎంప్లాయీ క్లాస్, ఓన్లీ ఇన్ స్లీపర్ క్లాస్. అటెండెంట్ ఇస్ ఎలిజిబుల్.
ఇందాక మీరు చెప్పింది WRI అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అని అన్నారు లాస్ట్ లో.
వర్క్ రిలేటెడ్
ఇల్నెస్,
ఆక్యుపేషనల్ డిసీజ్.
వర్క్ రిలేటెడ్ ఇల్నెస్ in case
injury leave.
Even in occupational disease also you are eligible for 6 months full pay.
Work related illness అంటే ఆక్యుపేషన్ డిసీజ్ అండి. వర్క్ రిలేటెడ్ ఇల్నెస్ అంటేనే ఆక్యుపేషన్ డిసీజ్. ఓకేనండి. నేను సైన్ ఆఫ్ తీసుకుంటున్నాను. టేక్ జస్ట్ 10 minutes రెస్ట్. దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ పరమేశ్వర్ సార్ విల్ జాయిన్. సార్ విల్ జాయిన్.
సార్ వన్ మోర్ డౌట్ సార్.
అయిపోయిందండి. సుబ్బారావు సార్ వెళ్ళిపోయారు. కనిపిస్తుంది వీడియోలో. సుబ్బారావు సార్ వెళ్ళిపోయారు చూడండి. వీడియోలో కనిపించారా? వెళ్ళిపోయారు.
క్లాస్ చెప్పండి పాపం.
ఇంకా మనం 10 నిమిషాలు వెయిట్ చేసి బ్రేక్ తీసుకొని రావాలంట క్లాస్ కి.
డౌట్ అంటే చెప్పండి.
మరి సార్ వెళ్ళిపోయారే, మనం ఇంకో 10 నిమిషాలు బ్రేక్ తీసుకుందామండి. బ్రేక్ తీసుకుని వద్దామండి.
10 నిమిషాలు అవుతాయి సార్. పరమేశ్వరాచారి గారు వస్తారటండి 10 minutes లో. మనం 10 minutes బ్రేక్ తీసుకుని 10 minutes అంటే చాయ్ తయారు చేయాలి, తాగాలి. 10 నిమిషాలు ఎలాగవుతుంది? నువ్వు తయారు చేస్తావా? నువ్వు అరగంట తయారు చేస్తావు స్వామి.
నువ్వు చేస్తావా?
అల్లం వెల్లుల్లి అన్ని మొత్తం వేసి వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ అంటే ఇంటి దగ్గర వంట చేయాలి కదా సార్ చాయ్.
కరోనా
వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ హోమ్ అంటే అర్థమైంది నాకే, నువ్వే చేస్తున్నావు వంట అంతా కూడా, అవును కదా?
అయ్యా సార్ ఇప్పుడు సినీ యాక్టర్లు అందరూ చేస్తున్నారు కదా, సినీ యాక్టర్లు అందరూ చేస్తున్నారు కదా, మనం కూడా చేయాలి కదా.
రోజులు ఇవ్వడానికైనా మనం కూడా చేయొచ్చు. వంటగదిలో నుంచి రెండు ఫోటో తీసి పెడితే మనం చేస్తున్నట్టే వంట.
ఇప్పుడు అది కాదు సార్, కాదు ఇప్పుడు
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం రాజేంద్ర ప్రసాద్
రాజా చెప్పు.
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
చెప్పు రాజా.
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం వర్క్ రిలేటెడ్ ఇల్నెస్ అన్నాడు కదా, దానిలో వర్క్ రిలేటెడ్ ఇల్నెస్ లోనే ఆక్యుపేషనల్ డిసీజెస్.
అసలు ఆక్యుపేషన్ డిసీజెస్ లో వర్క్ రిలేటెడ్ ఇల్నెస్ అనేది ఆక్యుపేషన్ డిసీజ్ ఉంటేనే సర్టిఫికేట్ ఇస్తారు. పనిచేస్తున్నాను అనుకో, పెయింట్ షాప్ లో పనిచేసేవాడికి లంగ్స్ ఇన్ఫెక్షన్ వస్తే వర్క్ రిలేటెడ్ పెడతారండి, WRI. ఏది ఈడు ఈ వర్క్ చేసినందువల్ల వీడికి ఈ రోగం వచ్చిందని. ఫేవర్ జీతం కూడా ఎవరు, నువ్వు సిక్ లో ఉంటే సిక్ లీవ్ అయిపోద్ది. అది
అటు కాకుండా రిలేటెడ్ గా వచ్చిన ద్వారా ఇల్నెస్ వస్తేనే లైక్ ఇంజూర్డ్ వర్తిస్తాయి అన్ని.
లేకపోతే ఇది వర్తించదు. నువ్వు సొంత సిక్ చేసుకోవాలా, నీ లీవ్లు అయిపోతాయి.
సొంత సిక్ చేసుకోవాలి.
డాక్టర్ గారి దయాపక్షం మీద ఆధారపడి ఉంటది.
మంచి డౌట్ క్లియర్ చేశాను. నేను ఫస్ట్ నుంచి లేనులే, మధ్యలో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను.
ఏం పర్లేదు, అందరూ నిద్రపోతానే అంటున్నాం కానీ నువ్వేం మెలకు ఉండక్కర్లేదు. చెప్పు బస్.
నమస్తే సార్.
నమస్తే నమస్తే రమేష్.
ఇది చెప్పండి సార్, ఏంటి ఇప్పుడు అతని ఇంటి దగ్గర నుంచి వర్కర్ వస్తున్నాడు, హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ 1 అవర్ ముందు మాత్రమే వాడి డిస్టెన్స్ బట్టి 1 అవర్ అన్నాడు. GM ఇన్స్పెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, CM ఇన్స్పెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, 3 అవర్స్ ముందు రావాల్సి వస్తుంది. వాడు ఇంజూర్ అవుతాడు, యాక్సిడెంట్ అవుతుంది, అప్పుడు ఎట్లా అని చెప్పి
ఇస్తారు గురు. స్పెషల్ కేసు ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ GM స్పెషల్ వెళ్తుంది ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్.
స్పెషల్ కాదు సార్, GM ఇన్స్పెక్షన్ ఉందంటారు. నీది టైమింగ్స్ 9 o'clock.
అదే 9 o'clock ఇన్స్పెక్షన్ అంటే మనం కనీసం 7 కన్నా రావాలి.
అవును సార్, అవును సార్.
ఎందుకంటే మనం మిగతా అరేంజ్మెంట్స్ అన్ని చూసుకోవాలి కాబట్టి మనం 2 hours 3 hours ముందు వస్తేనే కానీ కాదు.
అటువంటి టైంలో యాక్సిడెంట్
డెఫినెట్ గా ఇస్తారు. స్పెషల్ కేసు ఒకటి చేసుకుంటే, అంటే నీకు GM ఇన్స్పెక్షన్ ఉందని నీకు నోటీస్ ఎప్పుడు ఇచ్చారు?
నోటీస్ ఇవ్వరు కదా సార్, వర్బల్ గా చెప్తారు కదా.
వర్బల్ గా చెప్పారంటే ఎస్టర్డే ఐ రిసీవ్డ్ ది ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ మై CDO ఆర్ మై SSC జనరల్ అని చెప్తాం. ఇస్తారు గురు, దానికి ఇస్తారు. నో ప్రాబ్లం.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఇది దగ్గర లేదా
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం, ఒక డౌట్ చెప్తున్నానా?
చెప్తాను.
ఈ 12 months 50% అన్నాడు. ఈ 12 months ప్లస్ ఈ 6